Last day of racing here on the weekend in Maryland. A nice competitive race in the 7th as per Keith Fustel. Let's see what he comes up with wrapping up these weekend races.
Backstreet Affair going in. They're in line. And they're off. Backstreet Affair with a very sharp start. Conductance and Flat Out Cool away third. Then HOV Lane on the outside. Classic Lynn is now fifth in between horses for the journey down the backstretch. Camellia Rod and Merger of Equals is in seventh. They're led by Backstreet Affair. Backstreet Affair, the gray gets away a length and a half from Conductance. HOV Lane picks up there from third. Flat Out Cool on the inside in fourth. Classic Lynn, Camellia Rod, another 3 or 4 back, and Merger of Equals trailing the field. Far turn run where it's Backstreet Affair in charge. HOV Lane has moved solidly to second. Conductance is in third. Classic Lynn and Flat Out Cool under a battle there. Fifth and losing a bit of ground. Camellia Rod tries to go wide around the group in the second flight, and trailing the field is Merger of Equals. Top of the stretch with a quarter of a mile left to go. Backstreet Affair turns her home, and Classic Lynn there on the outside to full attack. HOV Lane is in third. They're into the stretch. Furlong and a half left to run. Classic Lynn. Backstreet Affair down to the inside. Fights on. Backstreet Affair coming back for more down to the inside. Classic Lynn on the outside. Backstreet Affair lost the lead at upper stretch, but has come back to reclaim the lead in the last 16th of a mile under Geron Barbosa. Backstreet Affair. Backstreet Affair from Classic Lynn. Camellia Rod. Then HOV Lane, Merger of Equals. Minute 13.18. And they're off. Darling Dixie, Bernie's on fire, and Mojack Cat. Here's Spring the Beast moving forward in between horses to prompt that pace. Dr. Rusty Raymond racing along on the outside in fifth position. Already 5 from the front, and Confusion Baby Boy trailing the field. Dialing Dixie has the rail and the lead by a half length from Spring the Beast, and Bernie's on fire. Working harder on the outside and keeping pace, though. Another 4 back to Mojack Cat, Dr. Rusty Raymond, and 6 more back, Confusion Baby Boy trailing the field. Bernie's on fire, firing up for the run on the outside. Spring the Beast in between horses. Dialing Dixie, pressure to stay on at the top of the stretch. And it's a gap of 5 or 6 back to Dr. Rusty Raymond and Mojack Cat. They turn for home. Bernie's on fire on the far outside. Dialing Dixie cuts that corner, comes back for a little more. Here's Dialing Dixie, resurgent out of the inside. Dr. Rusty Raymond's trying to pick up down to the rail. Dr. Rusty Raymond with a rail run. Dialing Dixie off the rail on the inside. Dr. Rusty Raymond. Dialing Dixie holding for the last 16th of a mile, length and a half from Dr. Rusty Raymond. Barbosa double. It's Dialing Dixie. Dr. Rusty Raymond. Bernie's on fire. Mojack Cat. Spring the Beast.
When we started adding protocols, the first thing we knew we wanted to do was to add veterinarians watching training. We really had to look at all of the opportunities that we had to impact horse safety, controlling medication and training, which had never been done, investing in cutting-edge diagnostic techniques, decreasing the amount of medication that was in the horse on race day. Right now it's training, but we're checking horses that are racing on Saturday. Thank you. You're all right, sweetie. I feel like we are changing things for the better.
Right now, it's basically just being present. We do examine various horses in the days leading up to it. Race day, it's every horse. We're watching the horses, how they warm up. Now they've got weight on their back. We're on different surface. We're still following the horses. All the horses look good during their warm-up, sound ready to run.
I truly feel like we are moving the sport forward. The horses are better for it. We've really changed to focus on putting horses at the center and being the most important part of the equation.
And they're off. Lad needs a handler. Quick response from the gate. Opens a length and a half for 2 to Pit Stop Man, the opening 16th. And Montauk Daddy. Mr. Mox travels in 4th position. And Free Square trailing the field off the inside. Down the backstretch run. Lad needs a handler. Leads at a half length. Pit Stop Man trying to heat up the pressure for the outside. 2 lengths to Montauk Daddy. Another 2 to Mr. Mox. And Free Square has to pick up for the back of the pack, but the pace is quick. Into the fire turn. Lad needs a handler. Pit Stop Man there on the outside. Lad needs a handler. Head in front from Pit Stop Man. 2.5 Montauk Daddy and Free Square outside, and Mr. Mox down to the inside. Racing to the top of the stretch, above a quarter of a mile left to go. Pit Stop Man gets the head in front from Lad needs a handler. Montauk Daddy is third, 5 to close in now. Free Square widest into the stretch, and Mr. Mox trailing the field. Turning for home, Pit Stop Man just in front from the battling Lad needs a handler down to the inside. Lad needs a handler, rail outside Pit Stop Man. They pass the furlong together, and it is Pit Stop Man just in front. Lad needs a handler, still responding on the inside. Lad needs a handler. Pit Stop Man holding off. Lad needs a handler. Pit Stop Man. Lad needs a handler. Free Square up for third, close fourth there. Montauk Daddy, Mr. Mox was outside.
Introducing the first racing tool from Pegasus to to Preakness. Iconic venues. World-class racing. Millions at stake. New champions will be crowned. Only at first.
And they're off. Smooth Rico has early speed, gives it at the rail. Smooth Rico, Lord Uhtred on the chase there from second, and Scoot away running in third position. Freddie Ness is followed by Boruf. In between horses, just three from the front. Gabriel's Wing racing on the inside as they head on with a far turn run. Rascally Rebel trailing the field. Rascally Rebel last now has 10 to make up. Pressure's on Smooth Rico from Lord Uhtred, the favorite of the outside as they round the turn. Smooth Rico, the head in front from Lord Uhtred outside. Full attack second, another 3 lengths back. The inside there is Gabriel's Wing, is racing in third position now. The outside is Scoot along with Freddie Ness, who's 3 deep actually on the turn. And back to Boruf, second to last position. A Rascally Rebel with the inside run. Top of the stretch, quarter of a mile left to go. Lord Uhtred has a lead. Lord Uhtred's trying to kick on the inside. Smooth Rico. Center track is Gabriel's Wing, is picking up now. Gabriel's Wing out of the center of the track. Lord Uhtred comes to the 8th pole with a lead by a length. Outside Gabriel's Wing, Full Flight trying to get by. Gabriel's Wing, Lord Uhtred. Gabriel's Wing willing. Gabriel's Wing, Lord Uhtred to fight it out to the finish. And Rascally Rebel has moved into third. Gabriel's Wing from Lord Uhtred. Then it's Rascally Rebel, Smooth Rico, and Boruf. In the gate. And they're off. Stronger Than Dex and Sutton Valley. What say you on the outside? Heads or tails trying to mix it up as settles. Addie's Laddie TNT now pushing forward his speed. Addie's Laddie's TNT's up to claim the lead from Sutton Valley. Then Stronger Than Dex in third. Believe in Rock and Roll is in fourth. What say you is fifth and out of the clear. About 3 from the front. They're followed a length and a half by Heads or Tails is settled and moving over to the inside. Back to Pelota and trailing the field is Bronco Maria. Rounding that turn, Sutton Valley the speed to catch now. Addie's Laddie TNT's backed off a little bit, drops back third, passed by Stronger Than Dex. Stronger Than Dex now takes that second spot. Heads or Tails on the move there from fourth, just in behind that fight, and they're at the top of the stretch with a quarter of a mile left to go. It's Sutton Valley. Sutton Valley Stronger Than Dex. Addie's Laddie TNT saves ground as they turn for home on the outside. Heads or Tails. Pelota coming alive in between horses. Here's Pelota splitting horses gamely. Pelota went off the inside with a furlong left to go, and Heads or Tails on the outside. Down to settle it. It is Pelota, Heads or Tails. Pelota, Heads or Tails chasing Pelota home. Pelota, Heads or Tails is second. Going to be closer for third with Sutton Valley, Addie's Laddie's TNT. Pelota wins it from Heads or Tails. And then Sutton Valley, Addie's Laddie's TNT. And then it was Bronco Maria. They're in line. And they're off. Miners jammed out of the rail behind the couch, and also Icy Reply with some early speed in between horses. Lady Jean far outside there racing in fourth. Miss Casey is in between horses in fifth, and just 3 from the front as they charge on down the backstretch now. Lucky Lizzie on the inside, and trailing the field is Funny Bet. 6.5 lengths will cover them. It is behind the couch, getting ahead in front from Miners Jam past the half-mile pole with Icy Reply right there in third position. Lady Jean was smooth sailing on the outside from fourth. Miss Casey working harder from fifth. It's another 3 back to Lucky Lizzie, and Funny Bet is seventh. Less than 3 furlongs to go. It's behind the couch. Icy Reply. Miners Gem is out of the inside. Lady Jean's now called on for run just above the quarter pole. Top of the stretch, and it's behind the couch, taking him on for home with Icy Reply right alongside. Lady Jean trying to join way out of the center of the track. Miss Casey saving ground, and Miners Gem also battling away but losing a bit of ground to the final furlong. Into the stretch, a furlong left to go. Lady Jean behind the couch, going to skirmish through that final furlong. Icy Replies back in third. Lady Jean's got a bit of momentum now with a 16 to go. Lady Jean from behind the couch. Moving along third is Funny Bet. Lady Jean Barbosa with 4. Behind the couch was second. Funny Bet, Miss Casey, and Icy Reply. Minute 4.
The Maryland Jockey Club's Canter for a Cause cantered on with just over 300 entrants this year, coming from far and wide in this unique event to walk, trot, and canter over the famed Pimlico Racecourse that showcased historic legends and champions. The only event of this type founded by Georgianne Hale. All benefits go to the renowned nonprofit, the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
Well, this is a great event. I think it really showcases the thoroughbred can come out here and ride and come back to the racetrack and not have any issues. It's a great event for awareness and fundraising, and I think it's a great community event, especially with these people bringing OTTBs, because when they bring them here and they get to showcase them in front of everyone else, I think it's really fun. And because it's close to Halloween this year, we've seen a lot of great costumes, so that's good too. I think a lot of people assume that the racehorse ever came back to the track that they would not be able to handle it. And we've seen today lots of horses come through the gate with little kids being led out, and things are fun. So yeah, I think once they're out of that racehorse mode for the most part, and they can come out to the track and enjoy themselves, and I think depending on what they're being trained for, they come back here and they know that this rider wants to canter slow or walk or trot, so it's good. It's good.
And they're off. Top Boss on the far outside, firing out fast for the lead. Bad and from moving along into third. Here's Particular in between horses, trying to get closer from fourth, and Zen Master in that mix too. Then back to Magic Mule and Manolito out wide and trailing the field, but only 4-5 lengths from the front. Top Boss pouring on the speed, opening a daylight advantage, 2 lengths as they roll past the half-mile pole. Particular on the outside of from, and back to Zen Masters in between horses. Magic Mule there on the outside with clear sailing Magic Mule in the fourth. Zen Master dropping back to Baby Bad on the inside, and trailing the field is Manolito. Top Boss has been sharp throughout, and a 3-length lead toward the top of the stretch. Top Boss from Magic Mule, and Hot Pursuit then far from is in third. Particular and Manolito, followed by Baby Bad, angling just off the inside of the 2-path as they turn in, and Zen Master trails into the stretch. Furlong and a half left to go. Top Boss still going under Toledo. Magic Mule charging hard into second. Out the center is Baby Bad trying to pick up. Baby Bad is coming in the far outside. Here is Top Boss with a 2.5, 3-length lead. Baby Bad gobbling up at the ground on the outside, but time is running out. Top Boss on top all the way. Top Boss from Baby Bad, followed by Magic Mule, then Manolito and from.
It's probably the most beautiful racetrack in the country, to be honest with you.
The background is just beautiful.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the grandstand and the racing.
The weather is beautiful. The facility is phenomenal.
The Gulfstream Championship meet has become one of the top events of the year. You could come out on a Wednesday and see a future Preakness winner.
They're off in the Preakness. The Run Happy Santa Anita Derby.
Got the unique 6.5 down the hillside turf course.
A whole lot of great racing here in California.
And Laurel.
We have all 3 surfaces here, the only racetrack in the country to have all three surfaces. Being close to the ocean, being surrounded by some of the greatest horses and riders in history, it's amazing.
It's the prettiest thing you've ever seen. There's no one else has a background like we do.
And they're off. Arrogate Streams to the rail, Grass Cutter, early speed. Also Gold Digging Broad, far outside his snooze button, widest of the ball into the turn. Buttermilk Girls, and always forward. Racing 3 wide in last position as they round the turn. It's Grass Cutter. Grass Cutter put right on the lead, leads at 2 legs from Gold Digging Broad in second, and Snooze Button is in third. Arrogate Stream parked out of the inside, racing in fourth, and 4.5 off that lead. Always forward, back of the pack with Buttermilk Girls trailing the field. They race down the back stretch with 6 furlongs left to go. Going solo up front, it's Grass Cutter. Grass Cutter with Gold Digging Broad 2.5 lengths behind, and Snooze Button is in third. Arrogate Stream still down to the inside, lingers about 5 from Solo Speedster up there as they run past the 5 ace. Always forward now as 8 to make up, and trailing the field is Buttermilk Girls in 6. Heading over the far turn, Grass Cutter's in front. Gold Digging Broad trying to get closer right now with a half mile left to go. Snooze Button under pressure. On the inside is Arrogate Stream. Arrogate Stream now just taking that 3rd spot, but still Grass Cutter to catch into the far turn run, and Buttermilk Girls always forward, tails off to last. 3 ace from home. It's Grass Cutter still up top, 2.5. Gold Digging Broad fully extended under a drive in second, length and a half more. Arrogate Stream also driven third at the top of the stretch with a 1/4 mile left to go. Grass Cutter in front by 3. Gold Digging Broad takes outsides there second and trying to chase down Grass Cutter. Arrogate Stream is racing in third. The others are far, far back. Next is Snooze Button as they come to the final furlong. Now Barbosa going to work on Grass Cutter, drifting a little bit under left-handed pressure. A 3-length lead from Gold Digging Broad in second. Grass Cutter, they could never mow down Grass Cutter. Grass Cutter and Barbosa. Again, it's a 5-win day. Gold Digging Broad was second. Arrogate Stream was third, and Buttermilk Girls.
And we're going to leave you with it for this weekend. We'll be back for Friday. First post time is at 12:25. Keith and I will be on for the morning show at 11:25.